hope you guys enjoy. We're not going to do a very long video. I'm actually completely a little bit under the weather, so I don't know how my voice is going to do with this. We're going to give it a shot. This is going to sort of be my pseudo also review of Curse City, which I've gotten my hands on. So I normally do an unboxing for a set like that, and I still will unbox elements of it. But I thought we'd just review the models. So I have all the heroes that I was going to focus on painting up, and then start working on the actual minions within it. We're going to start with the Ogre hero, but I do have, as you can see, the other heroes here as well. So for folks that don't know what Curse City is the latest edition in Warhammer Quest, which is a boxed game that GW has put out through the years. They've done different versions of it. And what's cool about Curse City or Warhammer Quest is that it is a self-contained game, but of course, because they use models for Age of Sigmar and they've also done a Warhammer Quest for 40k, you can use those models, of course, in your armies, within those other larger games. So we're going to look at the Warhammer Quest Curse City models right now. Like I said, I'll do an unboxing so you guys can see what comes in the box, what it looks like. So it'll be a different unbox that we did because there was a little bit of a snafu with this. I actually received this product early, but wasn't approved to doing a review of it early. So I want to do a huge shout out to my sponsor, Undiscovered Realms, for this stuff. They were able to get me a copy of this, and I'm looking forward to jumping in and getting it done. And just having some fun while doing it. So we're going to start off with the Ogre for the paint, but I'll show off the other heroes just so we can do a little bit of a review. We have sort of call it the King's Guard character. What was cool about these models too is that they were all snap to fit. So you actually don't have to use any glue. The Witch Hunter, so you can see him very much ready to kill vampires and ghouls and ghosts and things. But yeah, these were all snap together models, so all snap to fit, which you can see some of the problems with snap to fit, and he's a great example of that. So we're going to see with the paint if I can work some magic on that, but he's your magic user. Priestess. So these are your different 8 heroes that you can play. Disgraced part of the Seraphim. And again, very, very just cool models. Your Karajan Overlord Dwarf. Because of course in Age of Sigmar, these are our main dwarves, because of course you are all part of, with the exception of the Ogre, you are all part of the free peoples of Age of Sigmar, essentially. And you are, the storyline of Curse City is essentially you're on an airship with the Karajan Overlords. The airship breaks at this city, this Curse City, which has been overrun by vampires, ghouls, zombies, werewolves, all kinds of stuff, and you have to go down into the city to fight the monsters there to get what you need to both upgrade and repair the ship so you all could leave. It's a 12-part story, which is very cool, and you can cycle out these 8 heroes to try to get yourselves further. Like I said, we're not going to do a very long video because I could already feel my voice fighting me just from talking, which is part of why I haven't done videos. I didn't do any videos today. I'm so sorry. But we're going to paint up this Ogre right now. So like I said, I'm going to try to go as I'm going to try to go as far as I can with this, with my voice, so just bear with me, guys. But yeah, Curse City, like I said, I'll do a more in-depth unboxing of this because there was a little, like I said, snafu with it because I wasn't able to review it when I got it. So I thought it would be better to, build out all the models so we get right to painting. And I figured I could share my observations and stuff, while we're in the paint stages of things. And like I said, I will be getting back to more regular videos. I just, last couple of days, I started getting a cold, and the cold has pretty much taken me, So the good news is it's nothing serious, just a cold, but as you can hear, it does a number on my throat and my voice, so. But like I said, the good news is that it is 100% just a cold. And now the ogre is pretty crazy. What I like about this game too, and we'll get more into it when we actually do look at the cards and the game, because the idea is that part of why I'm frustrated about this too is that I wanted to get this done also because I want to get this going so we can actually play it. We're probably going to play it. We're going to probably end up playing this game without the models all fully painted because there are quite a lot of models. I mean, so there's 8 heroes in total, which is more than more than the last couple of versions of Hero Quest have done to start you off. And then what was I gonna say? So they gave you more heroes than they normally do, but they gave you a crap ton of enemies. There are so many models in this box. I mean, in total, there's got to be close to like 30 models in this box. Like, it's pretty insane. Like, they really went all out with that, which I think is really cool. And the box is not that expensive. It's only $226. And you get a, oh geez, it would help if I'm actually painting on camera, right guys? And you get a really nice chunk, a really good yeah, we'll see how far I get with this guy. I don't know how long I'll go on the paint tonight. Like I said, my voice is just really it's just tough to talk for long periods of time, so. And you guys know me, I don't like to do a silent video, because who the heck likes to watch somebody who doesn't talk? I mean, if you're streaming, you sort of should be talking. I mean, you got to bring some entertainment to the table, right? You can't just not say anything. But again, this is the Ogre hero character from Curse City. I'm excited. When I play Curse City, I'm more than likely going to pick this guy. I watched a couple of playthroughs of this, and he is proving to be pretty ridiculous, pretty overpowered. Like, he's got some, we'll review a little bit the cards and stuff when we do like the more formal unboxing of the game. Like I said, it'll be like a little bit different unboxing than I normally do, because I actually did open the box in the game because I wanted to put the models together and get them primed so I could just like start jumping right into painting. Because like I said, there's just a lot of models to paint. What's also cool about this box set, I mentioned before that, like, you know, if you're, for Age of Sigmar players out there, of course, not only do you get the box game, which the Warhammer Quest games are a lot of fun to play through, but it's also if you are an undead player or you're looking to maybe score some models for the upcoming re-release of the vampire count in Age of Sigmar. So vampires are in fact going to be coming back to Age of Sigmar. This could be a good box for you because you get a lot of those types of characters. So if you're a dead player, then you will be very much at home with the characters that are in this box. So if you like playing the Forces of Death, you're gonna get a lot of different cool stuff you can use inside of here. And they do give you rules. They give you the battle tomes for all the characters in the box, so you can use it, like I said, in their respected armies, and then also in the respected armies that these guys come from, as they've always done in Warhammer Quest. You know, you'll be able, and really any of the games, because even the you know, the card game, deck building game, any of the box games, they've always released those characters, rules for them in Age of Sigmar, and usually those are or in Warhammer 40k through the respected codex or battle tome for that army. Yeah, and we'll be alternating between, I'll be painting Curse City stuff, but I will also be painting some Warhammer stuff as well. So you'll see me painting both of those guys. And like I said, this'll we'll go for a minute. We'll go for a shorter video. Like I'll try to go for like a half hour, 40 minutes, just because I'm just feeling under the weather, so I don't know how much I'll be able to talk through this, but so I'm just going through and like I said, I'm gonna start with the heroes, and then I'll move on to the grunt, you know, the grunt unit guys. But yeah, he's in the game. He's got some crazy like smash moves, and just a lot of damage output for him as a character. So I am looking forward to playing him and really like Hulk smashing things out. Let me get the big brush. But yeah, I have a really bad cold, so you guys probably hear it in my performance because I'm all congested, so it's probably hard to even. Hopefully you guys are hearing me okay, and obviously if you need me to repeat anything or you know you're having trouble, I apologize. My voice is just not up to the usual stuff. And like I said, I will get back to some more regular videos. I've been really, it's just been a tough week. We had a lot going on. And I had just on and off again, just not feeling well because I was coming down with this cold because, you know, with the weather changing in my area and members of my family just getting really bad cold, it has been not so great for me. definitely want to give him. I'm gonna look and see, but I may do these in like a red or something. I'm gonna play around with some colors that I think will just be interesting. I wanna give him a more interesting color palette. You know, especially for these characters, because I mean him I might actually use because I do have an ogre army. So I may have some other alternative uses for him. But as far as the others, like I don't have, I don't play Karajan Overlords. I don't play some of the other factions that some of the other characters are from. If I ever, you know, I've been looking at potentially doing a Free People's army. If I do that, then I might think about doing some of the other factions that are in there. But for right now, not necessarily on my list of folks. Sorry guys, I keep doing that with the camera. I am so sorry. I keep putting my brush all the way off so you guys cannot see what I'm doing. I'm experimenting with the dual camera again, so just like bear with me. Because it did work out really well last time. I think it was a nicer and more interesting way to see what I'm doing. Because then you guys get both perspectives. You get the larger, you know, as I'm grabbing paints and stuff. But then you're also getting the other perspective of it too. Making sure I get that underneath, that undercarriage. Doing what I always do, which is not always the right answer, which is to get impatient. I'm gonna paint all that armor in a darker color, so that's why, although I'm being a little on the sloppy side, it will not hinder me when we get to the actual paint. And since he's got a helmet, we don't have to really go too crazy with painting in there. I just want to get this nice light skin tone while I still have it. Shoot, sorry guys. Because that is what I've said it a couple times. The Guilliman flesh that they give you with the contrast paints, it's not a bad paint, but I always have a problem with it because it has a tendency to dry very dark. Not dry. It applies very dark. So I like to put, when I do it, I like to apply a lighter tone to it. And then I could always go back in to muscle tones later and darken them up. But I like to give that nice light tone to start. I was going to say, he pretty much doesn't have maybe just one exception. Interesting, they didn't do the detail of fingernails on him, which is it's intriguing. Usually they have, like for ogres, they'll have fingernails on these guys, but they chose not to do that with this model. So interesting. Just nope. That's also okay. Let's see if I can grab some of this color just to get. I was about to say he's probably got at least one more piece of skin, and then technically. Ooh, that's a sneaky little piece right there. Yeah, there's a couple of little sneaky skin pieces that you gotta look for, which I almost missed. So let's just get underneath. Yeah, because he's got a couple of bulging muscles, and we gotta, you know, I say it all the time in my videos, but always remember you're painting a three-dimensional model, so you gotta really take your time and look. And you can see that's already me going in for that, and we'll darken that all up to make it look good. But right now what we're doing is we're just blocking out our colors so we can get our color scheme on there. Because like I said, my plan... Where's my silver? Interesting. Because obviously for him, I mean, he's got a lot. I don't know how that just happened. Maybe my brush hit it by mistake. We also have a lot of silver on this model, so I'll probably be staining a little bit of it, and I may, like I said, I'm just base painting it right now, just to get the tones and things I want. Oh, I totally didn't paint that the right color. Oh, sorry guys, I'm starting to tear up, so if you see my eyes tearing, because I'm holding back coughing. I was trying to hold it back while I was doing the model. Oh, Jesus. Like I said, not anything, obviously don't have the coronavirus or like anything like that. It's just a cold. Oh. Just a cold. But it's a good enough cold that it's knocking me on my loop a little bit. Spread that out. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do like a little bit of a border on that. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of like metal and gray on this one. But like I said, I may add I don't know yet, but I may add like blood effects or other gore effects on him. Just because in the game he's like such a bruiser that I may want to put some other stuff going on for him. Oh, this is just all silver because he's got chainmail on everywhere. So I might do his belt. I might do his buckles differently. I don't know. Or what I may do. Or I might do some other stuff. I don't know yet. But my goal is to try to give you guys yeah, well, we got Marvel Crisis Protocol is going to be tonight. So I'm going to at least do a Marvel painting video as well. But I may have to pick a different scheme for these. Because the chainmail I definitely wanted to do in the metal. Because it's chainmail. So, like, you expect that to be in that metal color. But I may do some of the buckles and other stuff in a different color for the scheme. Because it'll just be too much metal. But then also, like I said, I may want to do some of those in... I may do some effects on there, so there's gore, there's blood, or there's other stuff going on. Because, I don't know, for an ogre, I don't want the ogre to look like he just put on, like, new chainmail armor. Like, I think it should be worn or rusted or something. So, I may play around with some things to make that happen. Which, if you guys want to see more of that, that's why you want to subscribe to the channel, so you can be here when we actually are doing that stuff. So you can see those techniques. And I always tell people when we're painting, you know, don't hesitate to, you know, ask questions or, you know, chat me up while we're painting. Because one of the coolest parts about doing all these painting videos, and what I always find really, really rewarding, is the fact that, you know, people will very frequently talk about, you know, the things that they're painting or things that they're trying to paint. And I've been able to help a lot of people on stream, you know, with stuff that they themselves are trying to get done. Especially if you're new to the hobby and you're new to painting, because, like, for a lot of people, I know, like, most of the people that I know that I'm friends with that, you know, maybe, and I'm sure we've all, as hobbyists and model painters and builders, probably have had multiple conversations with friends or people who, you know, you're excited about playing these types of games, excited about doing them, and, you know, you start to share that with your friends, and, you know, you get a lot of different variant looks on, like, oh, well, I don't have the time to paint, I think it would be too difficult. You know, and a lot of people get turned off doing these games because of the hobby side of things, you know? So they're like, oh, well, I could never do that, I could never paint. And it's funny, you know, yes, there is definitely, you know, the more you paint, the more you take that time, the better you get as a painter, because it's like anything else, it's a skill. So the more you do it, the more you practice, the more you learn different techniques and how to use the paint differently. But the cool part is that, they're starting to develop, in the contrast paints, which I use for, a lot of the paints that I do, that are made by GW, are great examples of the company trying to give people, alternatives that, do cut the time down and do make it very accessible for people to have, very decent looking stuff, but not have to spend like hours upon hours, getting their model to that other level. Because like for some people it's just hard to get there, so you can do something that'll be quick and you'll have a halfway decent model. Like, again, will it be like a pro professional model? Will that paint like take away all of the need for you to, know those techniques to get those effects? No, it won't. Like, you will still have to, the only way, the only way to get those effects, or the only way to get the model to have certain things happen to it, does revolve around you learning certain techniques. And the more you learn, the difference you'll see in the paints and the models that you have. So the contrast paints, they're not like secret weapon magic bullets. They don't, it's funny because when they first came out, I think a lot of people sort of characterized them that way. And to a certain extent, I think GW sort of promoted them a little bit on that level as well. They themselves are not aloof to the problem. Like, they are part of the problem, because I think they made a lot of people, when they first released those products, like, I think they did market them as like, oh, well, if you use contrast paints, you'll have these models done you'll have the model done in like 2 seconds, no problem. They really tried to emphasize the speed at which the model was going to be finished. And I do have some issues. I do have some issues with their thought process on that particular part. Because there is no doubting or denying that you will be finished painting something quicker. That is true. But like anything else, there's a learning curve with the paints. Like, right out of the box, you're probably not going to feel as confident to just like make the thing happen that you're trying to do. So there is a learning curve to using the paints. And I think when they first came out, I don't think people were as hip to that part of the puzzle. So, you got a lot of initial folks that... Is there any more rope on him? feel like that's the only rope. I think you got some initial people that were just like, you know, some initial people that were just like, oh, well, it's like this, and it's gonna work like this. It's gonna give you this kind of experience, and it's gonna be this awesome thing. Now, do we want to do? Yeah, I like this. I love the Space Wolf color. I like using this for helmets. What do we think, guys? Do we like that as the helmet? And then maybe the trim is silver. I think that would look nice. Or is it too dark? I don't know. It's like it could be one way or the other. I sort of like it as a darker color. And then I could do all the trim. So we have a lot of little details on him. It gets hard to... Oh, was this whole time was... Okay. No, I don't think it's auto. I think it is auto focusing, and hopefully it did. Now my thought was that I could do the more general gray for other parts of the model. It's all that white. It's because there's white trim all over the place. So, you know, I say it all the time. Until you paint the whole model, that's a wooden stick. So we're gonna make that a different color. Oh, has he got hair? Oh, he might actually have hair. I didn't realize he had hair. But I think he does have hair in the back. Or that's... No, that's the rope. That's not the hair. Right, so that needs to be that yellow. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to give you the angles. I'm just running into trouble myself seeing them. That's why I'm not doing it as accurate as I should. I'm also trying to be very, very careful with that color because it's so much darker than the other colors that I'm trying to not... Okay. So we're going to see what happens. I'm using my very, very small brush. And the reason I'm going for that darker color is I think it will help frame the face better. I mean, I could have went with the Griffin gray. I always do that. And you'll see, once I get this all settled, you'll see the difference. Yeah, see, now that there's not competition from that, the outline, and we don't see any of that white in there. Now we can see how it it's very nice, and it frames that face really nicely. Sorry, just saw a problem with one part of it. And then I'll probably just put the Griffin gray in there just to like give it some contrast right now. Probably gonna have to go back over this, but this is also a priming issue, so hopefully we won't have too much of that happening on the model, but you're gonna see some little stuff I'm gonna have to finish or fix because of issues with priming. Again, it's funny, it happened to me before and it's happening to me again, but we're having these weird weather where it's like a warm day, a cold day. It's part of why I'm sick, because the change in temperature has been like tremendously messing with my sinuses. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do like silver or other tone in there, but I want to like break up those grays. I'm not completely convinced on what I want to do with his whole color palette yet. So that's part of why it does not, I'm not like 100% going into those pads and stuff yet. I'm sort of just like playing it safe and doing what I call a lot more of the like practical stuff. So like the armor, the weapons, like, you know, all the stuff that I know is going to be a particular like standard color that I do like most armor and most things in. So I'm being like, you know, sort of specific with how I'm approaching the model. Because I have yet to figure out, like, do I want to make any of this stuff colored, or, which, like I said, I think the padding I'm definitely going to do colored. Not sure if I'm going to do anything else, but we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna make some big pushes with this is always real dicey when I try to do this stuff. It's always hard to work on It's always not a good idea with contrast to work on one color when one color hasn't dried yet. Because it could definitely be a bad combo, especially if, because what'll happen is the colors will start to mix, so you may get some uneven coloring on your model. But the nice part about this is that one color is so dark that the other color, just gonna fix some. Hopefully that works for you guys to be better. Could also be a factor that I'm actually starting to get tired. But yeah, you guys definitely will have, you know, once I get at least I want to get at least the heroes painted, so we can do a little bit more review on the models. And then once that happens, then like I said, we'll probably do some games of this, just not sorry. Just you know, we just won't have all of the models painted yet. But I'll make sure we have at least the heroes painted, because I find that to be easier to follow. When you guys are watching. So if you see at least those models painted, you know, you'll feel a little bit. I find people you know, I find that people will find it easier to follow when the models are actually painted. If the heroes are actually painted. You know, whereas the enemies, you know, we could still show you the models, and you know, obviously you get to follow it while we're doing it, because the models, different models will have stats, but it'll make it easier. I find that it makes it easier for people when the enemies are actually in one color. I keep doing stuff off camera, I'm sorry. And I think that looks really, really nice. I like those two grays together. I do this a lot. And then, you know, sometimes I may redo the gray and brush some metal coloring on it. I've even brushed the metal on to make it look like it's like dents in it, or it's scratches in it, versus what's nice about doing it this way is that, as you can see, what ends up happening is only the white gets the color that you wanted, and the rest of it stays the color the darker color that you were painting. I said, I may go back over this with the silver. What I sometimes do is I'll just go over the studs in the silver. But you guys can see, looking very, very good. And I love this technique because then you're literally just going over it. Oh, sorry, with that gray, so you can see it just like nicely fills in where the gray should be. So like you don't have to worry about it, and then you get nice seam painting, which is also really nice. Just making sure that underside has a good coat of paint on it. Because like I always say, remember, you're painting every side of that guy. So you have to make sure and be conscious of those details. But so like you could already see, that helmet looks so much better. It looks so good. But like I said, I may add some other elements to it. I might add dents into it. I might add other stuff. And like I said, I think because there's so much silver, in here, I'm probably going to do all of like the belt strap stuff in that gray, because it'll play off the silver really nicely. And then we're going to stain the silver so that the silver some silver in there. I just realized that. But you can see already just how like quickly this guy's coming around. And again, what's really nice about that gray, and this goes back to what I was saying before with the whole like, this is the little technique stuff that like, that's the learning curve for when you paint with this stuff, which is if you know how to like layer your painting, you can make it so you do a lot less work but get a really nice result. And that's part of what we're doing here. So like, because I knew how I was going to lay those colors out, I was able to layer it in such a way so now I can do very nice seamed up painting. And you could just see as I'm going around, like the color is starting to come in, everything's starting to fall the way it's supposed to. And then same thing with now, like I'm going in and I'm doing this, but that, so I have to put that snake bite leather in there, but I know it's darker, so it's gonna like cover up anything that I mess up. So that's another technique you have to learn, is essentially doing your light colors before your dark colors. But when it came to the silver, so the reason I did the snake bite before I did the silver is because the silver is an opaque color. So if I messed up the snake bite, the silver would have covered it. It would have actually covered up the mistakes. So knowing that, that's why I went for what I went for. And you can see it's just so nice because you can just use that nice contrast, get a good tone on there, and then it just goes right into those crevices and those seams. So you can get this just nice little, you know, nice little sharp paint. And if I go over something, again, if I go over that silver or I go over something, it's like very light, that color, so it won't overshadow or cover up something I already painted, which is also extremely nice. Give that a little bit more paint. There we go. So it'll seep in a little bit more. Same thing with this. I just want to come in with a little bit more paint. Nice. That's a different thing right there. I don't know if I want to do those. No, I'm going to probably do those as leather straps. I know I can do that. Did he have any more things like that? Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. That's a jewel. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on doing those. Just want to go back over that so it looked a little nicer. I missed the spot over here on this. Let's get... Like I said, I haven't landed the plane on what I want to do with this, with the panels on that yet. All right, let's do. Take by. And for you guys that are watching, we're painting Curse City. We're looking at the models from the box set. We're painting the heroes right now. That's what we're working on. I'm going to paint for a little bit longer, and then I'm probably going to call it a night just because I'm a little under the weather. But if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing and you want to see more, consider following the channel because that's the best way to know when we're live. I know tonight we're going to do some Marvel Crisis Protocol figures too. If I can, I doubt it though because Mondays are a little tough for me to do 2 videos. If we can do 2 videos, I'll try to do another one. Don't stay up all night. Oh, dang. I won't stay up all night. I'm going to stop. I promise. Thank you for the concern. I will not stay up all night, I promise. All right, so... Yeah, then going back to what I was saying before, this is a great example of priming. And I have that, like I said before, I had that crazy anomaly of the prime doing that like frosted thing. So no, that's okay. We just gotta get a little bit of snake bite in there, and then over that. Just gonna put a little bit more in there. So the silver, I have to put that silver back. Ah, damn it. Alright, I'll have to fix that. I didn't want to do that. That was dumb. It's because I'm getting impatient. Usually when I start getting impatient like that and I start seeing like mistakes I'm making, it's probably time to call it quits, but Because as it was just told to me, I do not want to stay up all night, which I'm trying not to do that. But I'm pretty much going to stay. I think I'm going to end up staying home tomorrow, so I might do a little bit more painting. So going back to what I said before, I may in fact... Sorry. Trying to give him... No, that's good. Alright. Trying to give him that, like, bottom lip. Because there's going to be a lot... He will have a lot of detail on him. Because he's just... the way that they did the model, which I really do like the way that they did the heroes. The way they did the heroes is very, very good. They're all extremely detailed, which is really, really cool. And like I said, the ogre in particular, I have a whole ogre army that I have not built or put together. So I definitely need to get them done at some point. So but he will most definitely, I'm sure. I have to look at his, when we do the more formal look at the box, I'll have to look at his stats. I'm sure he can be allied in to the ogres, being an ogre himself. So I'm sure he's got that ability to do that. I'm always a sucker for the face. I always try to get the faces done pretty quick. I also like getting the faces done because then you got the smallest part of the model done, so you don't have to consciously think about the face anymore. And like I said, if you guys are liking what you're seeing, please consider following the channel. If you're already following, thank you so much for your support. Continue to do that. Try to share our videos to as many people as you can. Okay, let's see here. Just gonna Nope, so that is literally, I gotta put just a tiny bit of skin tone in there. And then we're done. Alright, I'll probably have to use my Smarty spectacles for that. My magnifying spectacles. Probably be worth it to get some black in there too. To black the mouth out a little bit. Always the scariest part of a model. So you can see already just by putting the black in there how much better that looks. Which I have to say, for doing this in, an hour, if I could get each model down to an hour and a half, that's pretty good, because then we could do almost almost a model a show, which would be amazing. I don't think I'm going to get it to that, but if I could, that would be awesome. I'd love it if I could get it to that. And also, I would love to get feedback from you guys, what your thoughts are on the split screen. If you like the split screen of the further and closer, I thought it was nice because then you could see the whole painting table. But if it's not nice, please let me know. Because I'm trying to experiment with different things as we stream. You know, obviously, like for instance, the addition of the music was one thing we did. Oh, I did not paint that at all. Wow. All right. Well, I got that done. The whole underside with the white stuff I did not do. I just realized there's a whole piece of that I didn't do. Maybe I'll do that and that'll be the last thing I do. Certain models will be a little bit more, but I will say that like it's definitely very, very obvious that GW made these like newer models to definitely be very contrast paint friendly. I will say that. But like I said, I'm just struggling because I'll know next time where I want to go color-wise with this guy. Because I definitely did not think about that before I started painting. And for these guys, I kind of go like freeform because I consider them like main characters in a story. So like, I'm not gonna... So I may not, I don't go like totally to the hills. But we'll get all this other stuff like this and all, like there's just a lot of like straps and things, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with some of them. But a pretty nice first session. I mean, we got a lot of key parts of the model painted. A good start to what we're trying to accomplish, and I love how the face is coming out already. There's some good personality in the model just to start with. We've reviewed a little bit of the heroes. We'll be showing off more of the models. Like I said, I'll be doing a more proper unboxing where you can see everything that comes with the game and what it looks like. But the goal is to get these painted up as quick as possible, so that I could at least have the basic heroes done. And like I said, all of the other models, they'll be primed. But if the minions are not painted, I don't feel as bad because at least the main characters are, and then we can kind of play the game. Because I don't want to sit on coverage. Like, I want to really cover the game. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, as always. If you like what you saw, please consider, like I said, following. I want to say another thank you to our sponsor, Undiscovered Realms. You can check out a link below to their store. They ship anywhere into the country. So they do, they got collectible card games like Magic the Gathering, Dragon Ball Super, Pokemon. They have Funko Pops. They have tabletops such as box board games, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar 40K as well. So they're big GW supporters. They even have painting stuff there. So if you just want to get painting supplies, that's a way to do it too. And they'll ship anywhere, and they're great. They're even great about ordering it if you're somebody waiting for releases like me. So I want to always give them a big shout out, and please support them. They're awesome folks. I want to keep all of the stores that I work with in business, because we won't have gaming stores if we don't patronize them and even do online orders from them. So please, if you can, give them a shot. There's also some additional links below: my website, my Patreon. If you're into indie comics and want to see more art, more creative stuff, sign up for that. I'm going to be dropping. I already dropped some updates this week. I'm going to drop some more updates, hopefully tomorrow. So I'll be dropping some things periodically, so you can check that out. I'm going to be working on some merch also for that, so please check that out. My website is another place you can contact me for services and to hire me for certain things. which is another way to monetarily support. There's also just a simple tip/donation button, which you can put your support there. I know that's a little tough right now for some people to contribute to that, which is why if you follow and share the video, that is a great way to do it too. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please stay safe, wash your hands, and as always, please respect the people in your neighborhood and be nice to everybody, because without us all working together, we're never going to figure out how to get to the next big thing we got to conquer. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.